Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Chi-VicApparel. So this is what you're going to be making today. Okay, the waist is snatched and it has a free hand cut together bubu. Then if you don't want to snatch the waist, you remove the strap that you added as the belt. You can wear it in different ways. Wear it as free down and wear it snatched. Look at the back, and the back is the bubu back. Okay, while the front could be snatched at the waistline, or you leave it to be a free gown like so. So if this is what you're interested in watching, then stay tuned and let's get straight into the video. Okay, I'm making use of crepe fabric and it's 2.5 yards. I'm using 2.5 yards. You know, crepe comes with a length of 60 inches. So the length, that 60 inches is what I'm going to be using. It's how where I'm going to be measuring my full length. Okay, and I folded it into four. That's it. It's in four folds because I'm cutting both the front and the back together. So guys, as I said before, the crepe is 60 inches in length. So, and I'm working with 58 inches length of kaftan. Okay, so I'm going to be removing 1 inch here. So I'll mark 1 inch here as my starting line, which makes the remaining length to be 59 inches. Okay, you understand that? Because 60 inches minus 1 inch is 59 inches. So and that is my length plus 1 inch, 58 inches plus 1 inch for hemming allowance. So I'll go ahead and rule the starting point. Okay. So guys, having done that, I'll proceed by marking my neck width. The neck width I'm using for both the front and the back is 3 inches. Okay. Then for the back neck depth, I'll be making use of 1.5 inches. 1.5 inch for the back neck depth. And for the front neck depth, I'll be making use of 7 inches. Okay. And the front is going to be a V-neck. So I'll use my ruler to connect these points like so. And for the front, I'll connect it in a curve like this to give it a V shape. Okay, this material is stretching. Okay, so having done that, I'll go ahead and measure my shoulder, divide by 2, and mine is 9 inches. Okay, so from that shoulder measurement, I'll take my sleeve length, sleeve extension. I draw it so that you can see what I'm doing here. So from the shoulder, divide by 2, I'm taking my sleeve extension of 12 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark 12 inches. Okay, and I'm going to be taking the same measurement all through to the hemline. You understand? So I'm going to be marking 9 inches plus 12 inches, which is 21 inches in total. So I'll mark 21 inches from this point to the hem to the bottom. Okay, so I'll go ahead and take the shoulder slope of 1.5 inch, and I'll connect it back to the neck width. So connect it like so. So having connected the shoulder slope to the neck width, I'll go ahead and mark 1/2 inch at this shoulder line, which I'm going to be using as my joining allowance for the shoulder. Okay, so mark 1/2 inch all through down. So after marking half inch for the shoulder joining allowance, go ahead and connect it as well. So guys, I'll proceed to mark these 21 inches I have here. I'll mark it all through down as I said before, and I'll connect it as well. So guys, I'll go ahead and trim out this excess. So guys, I'm not trimming out the excess. Okay. So from this shoulder slope now, I will take my sleeve opening. I'll go ahead and measure about 11 inches. Okay. For the sleeve opening, so that I can be able to put my hand inside and tie the rope. I'll not have to tie it from the under. So you can as well take more than that. You can take up to 12 inches, but I want to use 11 inches. Okay. So from this point now, I will hem the sleeve opening. After joining the shoulder line, I will hem this part. Okay. Then I will stitch from here down. So I will make a notch here. I'll make a notch here. So that's why I'm stitching it. So that while I'm hemming the sleeve opening, I'll know where I'm going to be stopping. Okay. Just a small notch like so. Okay. So guys, next is to cut out the neckline. I'll go ahead and cut the back neckline first because the back and the front are not the same. So after cutting the back, I will remove it and trace the front neckline. Okay. So I'll see by cutting the shoulder line. I'll cut it at that half-inch extra allowance that I added for joining the shoulder, not on the main shoulder. Okay. So you can see what I'm doing. So I'll go ahead and remove the back one so I can be able to trace the fronts. Okay. So I will remove the inner one, which will serve as the back panel. Okay. I'll go ahead and open this front one. Okay. So guys, that is it for the cutting of this design. Very simple but beautiful. Okay. So I'll go ahead and open it up and see this is the front and this is the back panel. Okay. So I'll use a bias. I'll use bias to finish the neckline, both the front and the back neckline. So after that, I'll go ahead and join it at the shoulder line. Okay, it's the half-inch allowance that I left. So with that half-inch allowance, I'll join it at the shoulder line, the two shoulders. Okay. Okay, let me go ahead and join the shoulder line, and I'll come back to show you the next step to take. Okay. So guys, I've gone ahead to join the shoulder. I've joined the shoulder line with the half inch that we added while cutting it. Okay, I join the shoulder line. I've also pipe the neckline. I use bias from the material to finish up the neckline. You can see. Okay, so I went ahead. Remember, we made a notch at the sleeve for our sleeve opening. From that notch, I hemmed the sleeve. Okay, I hemmed it from this notch, this side. I hemmed it up to this side. I did the same thing for the second sleeve. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do now, remember we have ironed the front for us to get the ghetto line. You look at the ghetto line. Okay, let's move it to the front so that it will be more obvious. Look at the ghetto line. So from the back, okay, I'll go ahead and use my elastic. This is elastic I'm going to be working with. Okay, I'll take it to my machine, then I'll place it, leaving allowance for my hemming. Okay, I'll place it, leaving allowance for the hemming. You can go ahead and hem the down part first before putting it, but I'm going to be putting mine later. I'm going to hem it. Okay, so I won't be starting the elastic from the lowest part. I'll give like 1.5 inch space, then I'll start sewing it. As I sew it, I'll be dragging this elastic. Okay, be dragging it depending on how rushed you want it to be. If you want it to be very rushed, you want it to gather much, you drag it very well. But if you don't want it to gather much, you drag it a bit. As you're dragging, it, you are sewing. Okay, as you're dragging the elastic, you are sewing it. Okay, until you get to the neck area, to the V-neck that we made earlier. Okay, when you get here, you stop and cut out the elastic. Okay, so guys, but before we place the elastic, I'll go ahead and mark where the strap for the belt is going to sit on. Okay, now this is the front part. For it to have that fitting at the waistline, as you can see it on that picture, we are going to add a rope inside the front part. Okay, and to do that, I'll go ahead and locate the underbust from the shoulder line, either the underbust or you reach your waistline. Okay, and mine will 16.5 be inches. You can make it 17 inches. Okay, okay, so at this point, I'll mark the same thing at the other side of the front piece. Okay, so I'm marking 17 inches for the waistline. Okay, so at this point now, I'll take from the needle, from this ghetto line, I will measure quarter of my waist measurement. Okay, so quarter of my waist measurement is 9.5. So I'll take 9.5 this side, and I'll take 9.5 as well this side. Okay, so guys, I'll go ahead and attach my straps. I'll attach a strap to this part. I'll do the same thing to this side. Okay, and the strap is going to be about 4 inches because I'm going to be folding it. You can decide not to fold it, then you make it 2 inches. Okay, but I'm going to be folding my own. Okay, so the length of the strap, you decide the length that you want the strap to be. It can be longer and it can be shorter than this one, but what I'm going to be making use of is 25 inches. Okay, so it will be long enough. It should be long enough for you to be able to tie it at the back, so that it will give that fitted effect on the waistline. So I'll go ahead after sewing this strap, joining it together. I'm going to be folding it. Okay, so after folding it, I'll go ahead and place it at this point, this 9.5 inches, which is the quarter of my waist measurement. So I'll place it here and sew it down. Okay, I'll sew it at this point. I will go ahead and sew this one also. Okay, before I will now attach my elastic to, following this ghetto line. Okay, so following this crease line, I will attach my elastic from the hemming part after leaving a space for folding allowance. Okay, I will attach my elastic up to the v-neck, up to this neckline. Okay, so after attaching the elastic, I will proceed by joining my side seam. Okay, I'll join the front and the back at the side like so with half inch. I'll join this part up to the hemline, and I will repeat the same thing for the other side. Okay, so I'll repeat the same thing for the other side. So after joining the front and the back, okay, I'll go ahead and hem the down part with my hemming allowance. So guys, I'll do just that. I'll come back to show you the outcome. Okay, so guys, I've attached my straps. Remember, we measured the waist circumference divided by 4 from the midpoint, that is the ghetto line. I took waist circumference divided by 4. That is where I attached the straps for the belt. I did the same thing to this side. Okay, and I went ahead to use my elastic to run it the hemline, from the hemline, and not the elastic up to the v-neck line. You can see it. Okay, so I also joined the front and the back piece with half inch by the side. Okay, so whatever I did to this side, I repeated to the other side as well, and I hemmed the down part. So guys, and this is the final look. So this is the final look. To the front. Okay, you can see it. The elastic make it to be stretchy. Then this is the back. So when you wear it, you will tie the belt at the back. You tie it. That is what will give it that shape that you see at the waistline or under the bust. Okay, so when you tie the belt, the shape will come out. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for watching till the end. If this video is useful to you, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you go. Like and share this video. Okay, give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.